What's going on, Stim Junkies? High Stim Ace here, and I do hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. Hope you guys are ready to embrace the upcoming week and crush those goals. A lot of times after a weekend full of intense high stim pre-workout experiences and insane workouts in the gym, I need a little bit of a boost to get me going, to get me started, especially on Mondays where I tend to be a little bit groggy from the weekend and I'm not quite ready mentally to make the transition and shift myself into work mode. Mondays are Mondays for a reason. Everybody knows we struggle with Mondays. What I'm going to be reviewing today, guys, is Psycho Pharma's Nootropic Infinite Brain. And this right here is Mozart's Passion Mango flavor. That's right, guys. One scoop of this, and you're going to be playing the keyboard just like Mozart himself, and you're going to be a genius for the entirety of the week. Is it worth picking up this Nootropic in 2024? Let's talk about it. So Psycho Pharma is a company that I really like and very much believe in. They only have a couple of products on their website. They don't have a million different types of nootropics, a million different types of pre-workouts. They have a couple of products. You can literally count on two hands how many products they have throughout their entire website. But they focus on creating good quality products, well-dosed, intelligent labels, and they work. That's the most important thing about the products from Psycho Pharma. They actually work. I reviewed the pre-workout. I actually have it right here somewhere. Edge of Insanity, one of my favorite pre-workouts, one of the best sourced alpha yo hitters on the market, bar none. This thing right here will get you in a better head buzz than most DMHA pre-workouts on the market. I kid you not, guys. This is some seriously well-sourced alpha yo. I reviewed this one. You guys can go on my reviews playlist and watch that review if you haven't seen it yet. I do plan on reviewing their Far Beyond Driven Fat Burner really soon, maybe this week, maybe next week, but very soon in the near future. I did run it recently. If you guys haven't seen my episode 4 or Fat Loss Friday, I did run the Far Beyond Driven Fat Burner, did a couple of laps in the pool. Also dropped that video just a couple of days ago. You guys can go back on my videos and watch that if you haven't seen it yet. Okay, so we're talking about the Nootropic here, guys. Once again, this is Infinite Brain. It also has a pretty small label. In general, their products from Psycho Pharma, they don't have these crazy over-the-top stacked 37.5 ingredient labels. They focus on having about 10, 11, 12 ingredients per product, some of them even less. And they focus on efficacious dosages and ingredients that actually synergize well together, right? Because when you have these crazy stacked science book labels, a lot of times your body can't process everything efficiently, and a lot of times it can be confusing for your body, and the ingredients may not necessarily synergize the way you want them to, right? On label, everything looks really good. It looks like these ingredients are all going to hit you, but sometimes that's not how the body processes it. So having less ingredients a lot of times works better. Less is more, as High Stim Ace likes to say. So I do believe this product comes in 2 different flavors. I don't remember what the other flavor is off the top of my head, but I got myself the Mozart's Passion Mango, and it's a freaking delicious flavor, albeit a little bit too sweet for my personal taste. So if you're taking the full scoop, which is 8 grams, I do believe, then I would cut it with like 32 ounces of water because it is very sweet. But some people like things that are overly sweet. I'm not one of those people. But it doesn't matter. You can take it at half a dose, full dose. You're still going to reap benefits and effects from both. Let's get to the label. So as I mentioned earlier, 1 scoop does yield 8 grams, and you're getting 30 servings per container. 30 servings is really nice, and I do love the fact that Psycho Pharma is very generous with their servings. If we're going to look at their pre-workout, the Edge of Insanity, it actually has 25 servings per container. So also good value for money. And I got to respect companies that don't go the 40-20 route and they actually give us more servings, more value for money. Not to mention the fact that Psycho Pharma is very fairly priced for all of their products. Okay, let's begin. We got vitamin B6 and vitamin B12. Okay, we have L-glutamine, 2,000 milligrams. So that is going to help with healthy brain function as well as a couple of other miscellaneous benefits. We got tyrosine for focus, 1,000 milligrams. Great dose for a nootropic. You don't need more than that in terms of a daily use type of nootropic. Alpha GPC, 50% yield, 600 milligrams. One of my favorite nootropics of all time. I really like the positive headspace that it puts you in and really gives you a nice focus. Buchanan extract, also known as L-Dopa, 500 milligrams, big hefty dose of that L-Dopa, really gonna release the endorphins in your mind and really gonna make you feel good and positive and lock you in, give you a good sense of focus and well-being. Lion's Mane extract, 250 milligrams, nice dose, not too crazy, not too over the top. I do find a lot of times when I get to 800 milligrams or 1,000 milligrams of lion's mane, it tends to upset my stomach a little bit, but 250 is really good. You're still going to reap some of those benefits, and it's really going to help with cognitive functioning. Caffeine, 200 milligrams. It's not specifying which source of caffeine. I'm assuming it's anhydrous, but 200 milligrams is good. You don't want too much caffeine in your nootropics because you don't want to be overstimulated, right? You're trying to get a positive head buzz and a sense of alertness and focus and productivity. So 200 milligrams of caffeine, essentially 2 cups of coffee, really good for that. And we do have Camellia sinensis, which is L-theanine, coming in at 100 milligrams next. So that's pretty good. A lot of times when they put the theanine at a 1-to-1 ratio with the caffeine, I'm not a fan of it, but 100 milligrams of theanine to 200 milligrams of caffeine, I like it. That's very solid. It's not going to affect you in a negative way, just going to help relax you a little bit and offset whatever potential anxiety you may gain from the ingredients in here, which there aren't really any ingredients in here that would give you anxiety, but theanine does help with relaxation. 100 milligrams, nothing to worry about. It's not going to put you to sleep or anything like that, so rest assured, 100 milligrams is a solid dose. And lastly, we got 1% yield of huperzine A at 2 milligrams to really lock on that focus and give you that nootropic sense of well-being. Before we break down the effects and before I tell you how to best utilize this product, don't forget to show your support by liking this video. Comment down below for the algorithm, share the channel with a fellow stim junkie or a fitness enthusiast, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. All right, guys, so the Infinite Brain. I like this nootropic. This is a really, really good product, even at half a dose. And I actually prefer running this at half a dose as opposed to a full dose because a lot of times I'm running fat burners throughout the week, or later on I'm going to be running pre-workouts, but I do still want a little bit of that boost in the morning, right? Before I go to work. A lot of times, especially like I said in the beginning of the video, Monday, when I'm first getting back to work, I'm transitioning from the weekend back into work mode. And there's always that one day, being Monday, obviously, where I do have a little bit of that transitory issue, and it always takes me a little while to get back into the groove of things. So I do like taking nootropics for those kind of days, maybe not at a full dose. If I do have a crazy full stack day and I know I got a lot of tasks I got to accomplish, a lot of things I got to get done, then sure, I'll take the full scoop. But a lot of times I notice that the 4-gram half dose works really, really well. A lot of nootropics, you don't really feel that head high. You're really just going to feel a sense of focus and alertness and just an overall sense of well-being. But in typical Psycho Pharma fashion, you do get a little bit of a head buzz from this, which I really like. Not the pre-workout type of head buzz. It's nothing too crazy. Definitely nothing like Edge of Insanity or Far Beyond Driven. Those are products that are meant to be taken before you train. So obviously they're going to get you all hopped up. Those products are a lot stronger, give you much more of a head buzz. They get you all hopped up and ready to push those weights or do the cardio, whatever you're doing that day in the gym. But with this nootropic specifically, it's more about just putting you in a positive headspace, giving you a little bit of a buzz. You're definitely going to get a bit of a buzz on this one. A nice feel-good mood elevation that's going to carry you for the next couple of hours, 5 to 6 hours. I noticed that's how long this one tends to last for. So it's not a full day, crazy, illicit kind of experience. This is definitely a more subdued experience, but you're definitely going to feel it within 10 to 12 minutes, 13 minutes, something like that. You're going to feel good, a little bit of a head high. And it really does transition you into whatever it is you're doing. So in the mornings, I got to drive for about an hour. I got my pickups I got to do in the morning. I got a couple of things I got to get done before I get into my main job headquarters. And that's where I really begin my workday. So when I take this nootropic, I'll have my cup of coffee in the morning, and about 40 minutes later, maybe 5-10 minutes before I leave the house, I'll chug the nootropic, usually at half a dose. And once I get to the van, I start noticing the mood elevation. I'll start listening to my podcast while I'm driving, and everything is just going to start flowing that much better. So in terms of taking this as a product to really help your workday, to really get you in a positive state of mind, a productive state of mind, to get you going and do what you got to do throughout the day, this is a great product, and everything is really intelligently dosed on here. You understand the function of everything on this label, and it's going to translate into the real world, and that's ultimately the most important thing, because we do know that a lot of times labels are just labels, and the real world effects sometimes don't reflect what is on the label. But in this case, they definitely do. You're going to get that mood elevation. You're going to get a nice sense of relaxation, no crazy anxiety, no jitters, no stress, nothing like that. None of that stuff, guys. This is a very smooth, mellow kind of nootropic, but you're definitely going to notice a sharp sense of focus. Whatever it is that you're working on, you're going to be locked on. A lot of times, if I'm being honest, guys, when I'm editing my videos, I like taking this at half a scoop as well, because it really locks me in, and it kind of gets me more meticulous when it comes to me doing my editing work on my videos. So it's definitely a product I enjoy taking for those specific purposes as well. The full scoop dose is definitely a little bit more intense. You're definitely going to get a bit more of that head high, but it's, again, it's a nootropic kind of head high. This isn't like a illicit pre-workout type of buzz that you're going to get, an illicit kind of feeling. It's nothing like that, but there's definitely a buzz that comes with it, a nice light but manageable buzz. You're still very much in charge. You're in the driver's seat. You're still in charge of everything going on. This isn't going to take you over like a crazy DMHA pre-workout or anything like that, but this is going to help. It's going to give you a nootropic sense of well-being. You're going to feel very good on this product. Good, positive mood elevation and a focus that is locked on. You're going to be sharp as a tack, and you're going to be accomplishing whatever it is you're trying to accomplish that very day. So in terms of a positive nootropic that actually works, I give this a thumbs up. I give it the High Stim Ace seal of approval. This is an amazing product, and I highly, highly recommend it. A little tip I'll give you, something that I personally like doing if I do intend on taking this at a full scoop. Let's say I have a long day up ahead and I know that I really, really want this to last me for a couple of hours, maybe 6 to 8 hours. What I like to do is take the full scoop, right? So the 8-gram scoop, but I'll mix it with about 64 ounces of water, right? So literally like half a gallon. Because once again, this thing is very, very sweet. It's concentrated type of sweetness. The flavor is delicious, but it is on the sweet side. So if you're mixing this with half a gallon of water, it's going to be perfect. If you're mixing it with less, it might be on the sweet side for you. What I like to do is take half a gallon jug of water, one of those big old jugs, and I'll put in the full scoop, 8-gram dose, and I'll sip on it throughout the day. So I'll chug a little bit of it initially, and then throughout the next hour, hour and a half while I'm driving, I will sip on it regularly every couple of minutes. And what that's going to do is going to create a slow release kind of effect. So the nootropic is not going to hit you instantaneously all at once, but it's actually going to build up much slower that way, and it's going to keep the buzz riding longer. So that's a little hack that I like to do. Mix it with 32 to 64 ounces of water, sip on it throughout an hour, hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours, and it's really going to make the experience a lot smoother, and it's going to elongate the experience to last you pretty much the entire day. So that's something I like to do personally, and it also cuts down the sweetness drastically. If you guys are interested in picking up this incredible nootropic that has High Stim Ace's seal of approval, head over to the official Psycho Pharma website and use discount code ACE20 to save 20% off your entire order and help support this channel. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I do hope you enjoyed this review. This is a really, really solid nootropic. One of my favorites, if I'm being honest, because you really, really feel this one as opposed to a lot of others where it's more in the background. This one's in the forefront, but you are still very much in the driver's seat. I will see you all next time for the next High Stim pre-workout review. Take care, everybody. High Stim Ace, signing off.